Ghostbusters, one of the best 80s franchise I've ever known. With the movie being so successful, it had a sequel, a cartoon series that lasted for 7 seasons, another cartoon series that no one cared about, a line of action figures, and especially the source that I know, video games.
Those of you who grew up in the 80s knew that you were collecting all those action figures, but I never get the chance to do that because I was born in the mid-90s. Those of you who grew up in the 80s, you were lucky.
For me, getting into the franchise is to check out the movies, and of course, I get hooked up with video games. The ones I got are for the NES and the Sega Genesis. For this video, I'm going to check out the first game. To start this off, Activision made a Ghostbusters game for the Atari 2600. It's a simple game to capitalize the movie. It was also translated into the Sega Master System, with great audio, great graphics, and smoother gameplay. With those two games, the shit in between the sandwich is the NES version. So let's pop this motherfucker in the console and let's begin. So to start this off, the Ghostbusters logo looks pretty good for NES standards.
Nah, you think that this game is gonna get bad? Well, it gets bad once you press the start button. What the? Wait, what? Again, what? Now, I hate to criticize audio from a third-generation game, but do you know how bad this is? Let this set the tone for the rest of the game.
So here's the main screen. This looks so uninteresting for an NES game. How do they think of this stuff? Just a Ghostbusters logo going around playing tag with banana ghosts? I mean, seriously, what else should I call them? They look like fucking bananas. Ah, whatever. For the music quality, we have the Ghostbusters theme, which sounds pretty good for NES standards, but there is one problem. It's the only song you hear in the entire game. It plays from the beginning all the way to the end. It would rape your mind until you lose a lot of blood. And once it's done, it pauses for a few seconds and it loops again. Let me say that a few seconds of silence is a bit relaxing. I mean, can they ever think of other music pieces in the game? Now, seriously, what am I doing here? What is this white box that pops up when I press the B button? When I pressed it, my ass was spewing slime like there's no tomorrow. So to process through the game, you gotta catch some ghosts around town. The building is notified when it's blinking red. Well, you can't enter the building until you get a capture beam and a trap. The Ghostbusters don't have their equipment. You mean you have to buy them? So you enter in the shop and we get some good stuff to work with during the game. Even if it's in good quality, just buy your shit and get the fuck out. So now you see that this white square shows the items that you have in your inventory. Well, at least that makes sense now. So going by a blinking house, you enter a driving sequence where it'll deploy all the money you have. I'm saying that because of the drunk drivers in this game. They crash into you, and guess who has to pay for the damage? You do. That's supreme bullshit. So we get to the building and we see it's filled with ghosts. All you have to do is to catch the ghosts with the capture beam and set them in the trap down below. The more ghosts you catch at once, the more money you earn. And you're gonna need it to buy some new equipment. Well, speaking of the ghosts, where are the Slimers? You know, the green ghost that eats a lot? It's one of the first ghosts that the Ghostbusters captured in the movie. They should have more variety of ghosts to capture in this game. No! Not them! Now once you capture all the ghosts, you'd think you could just go to another building to capture more ghosts, right? But no, you get a message that says you need an empty ghost trap. You have to go to the Ghostbusters headquarters to empty the trap. But if you get the super trap, you don't have to do that shit. The best bet is to get that trap first, along with the hyper beam. Well, good luck getting enough money so you can afford it! I had to say that because ghosts go to places that you won't reach them. That's supreme bullshit. The worst thing to do in this game is to cross the streams. It's dangerous.
Try to imagine all life as you know it stopping instantaneously and every molecule in your body exploding at the speed of light. Total protonic reversal.
Yeah, it's not pleasant. Another thing bad to come is that when you're driving to your next destination, you'll be running out of gas. Yes, you can run out of gas in this game. The only way to get gas is to go to the gas station. You can't be a no-brainer to figure that out. But if you run out of gas, two fuckers go out and push the Ecto 1 to the station themselves. Well, the best way to avoid running out of gas is to smash these gas tanks on the road. That makes it better for continuing on the road because you could run out of money if you keep going to the gas station. So the only way to finish this game is to enter the Zool building in the center of the area, which of course is also run by Gozer. Gozer is the main villain of the game, and she has two dogs. I can name them myself, Vince Clorthro and Zool. Zool must have bought the building because I think Gozer is too long to fit on the bottom, so yeah, I think Zool could fit up much. So the only way to get in the Zool building, you need about $15,000 to process through. So I did just that. Now once you enter the building, you enter the room with the worst controls in the entire game. You have to move the D-pad while rapidly pressing the A button constantly. That'll wear out your thumbs until they fall off. The problem is with the stairs is that it's completely unfair to the players. Now if you touch the ghost, you'll fall down on your faces. Fall 3 times and it's game over for you. Well, there's also an upgrade that can let you get hit by the ghost 15 times. But even if you get it, that'll still not help you at all because this room is completely impossible for any kind of player. So, that's it. I'm done. I'm gonna cheat with Game Genie. If the game doesn't want to play fair, why should I? But the only cheat I care about is immunity to ghosts on the stairs. Well, the best part is that I can get up the staircase with no problem, but the worst is that I have to keep pressing the A button until I kill my thumbs. Well, this is a point of the game where you need a turbo controller. Whenever it's an NES Max or an NES Advantage, put that other fucking controller away, activate the turbo feature, and never turn it off. This staircase alone is 22 stories tall, just like in the movie. And just like the movie, your thumbs are gonna get tired like the Ghostbusters get feet blisters. And then they run? This doesn't make sense because they move like slugs throughout the entire climb. Now that is more bullshit than I ever expected. For the final boss in the game, we get to fight Gozer. Of course, the main villain from the movie.
Let's show this prehistoric bitch how we do things downtown.
But there's a small warning. If you go to the other side of the roof, you see Mr. Stay Puft climbing the building. Now if he gets to the top, that's not going to be good. So, that's it.
This chick is toast!
With Gozer defeated, we beat the game with the worst grammar in video game history. What a fuckload of shit. This game is boring as shit. Just going around the town capturing the ghost is Snoresville. The graphics looks fucking ugly for 1988. Yeah, I know, they could have done better than this, right? With this game following the movie, we would have had all of the Ghostbusters characters. I can name them all in one hand. Ray Stantz, Peter Venkman, Egon Spengler, and Winston Zeddemore. But all I saw in this game were white Ghostbusters, so obviously Winston isn't in the game. Ernie Hudson, maybe you were glad that you're left out of this piece of shit. This is a half-assed attempt to capitalize a successful 80s movie in the most boring, uninventive way possible. Fuck this ass load of shit! It can't be much worse than this. Tune in next time when we check out Ghostbusters 2 on NES and Ghostbusters on the Sega Genesis.